Chosen one, listen carefully. Something is calling you right now. Beyond sound, beyond logic, beyond the veil of this world. This is not coincidence. What you're hearing is a direct transmission from the higher realms. Heaven has chosen this exact moment to speak your name through the stars. A colossal force is moving across the firmament, a cosmic messenger known as 3 Atlas. But this is not just another body drifting through space. It's a sacred signal, a divine announcement coded into the rhythm of the universe. It was released for one reason only, to awaken the power that's been sleeping inside of you. Feel that stirring in your chest. That's not anxiety. It's activation. The heavens are trembling because your spirit is rising. The atmosphere around you is shifting because your destiny is unfolding. The arrival of 3 Atlas means one thing. The time of the chosen has begun. This isn't about astrology or astronomy. This is about prophecy. When heaven moves, it never does so without purpose. When a star crosses the sky, it mirrors a crossing in your own soul. You've felt it lately, the restlessness, the unexplainable pull, the sense that something bigger than you is coming. You are not imagining it. Heaven is preparing you for revelation. 3 Atlas is not just in the sky. It's in your timeline, aligning with your destiny, confirming what your soul already knew. Your life is about to shift forever. The signal is a whisper written into the very architecture of the universe, a pulse from the mind of God, traveling through light years just to reach this exact moment in your life. Everything in creation moves with divine purpose, and this celestial body is no exception. It carries a divine code, a heavenly encryption that only the awakened can truly decode. For centuries, the Most High has spoken through the heavens, using stars to mark the birth of salvation, alignments to foretell global shifts, and celestial movements to signal new eras of divine awakening. But now, something profoundly different is unfolding. The heavens are not just speaking in distant symbols, they are calling you directly, by name. You, the one who has walked through the fire without being consumed. You, the one who felt unseen but was never, ever forgotten by your Creator. Heaven's divine algorithm has located your specific frequency, and now, the cosmos itself is responding to your unique vibration. 3 Atlas was not sent merely to the earth, it was sent for you. Its trajectory, its path through the void, mirrors your own spiritual evolution, unpredictable to the world, unstoppable by any human force, and operating beyond the comprehension of those who walk by sight alone. When something that was not born in this solar system enters it, it defies every known law of physics. This is a reflection of you, chosen one, for you have consistently defied every limitation, every negative word, and every barrier placed upon you by the world. You were never meant to operate by their laws. You were designed to operate by the laws of faith, and this cosmic sign is your confirmation that your obedience has been seen. The same energy that guides that cosmic traveler, that mysterious and powerful 3 Atlas, now moves through your spirit, aligning every scattered fragment of your destiny into perfect divine order. You are not a passive observer of this phenomenon, you are its living, breathing reflection. You are the earthbound proof that heaven still intervenes, that God still speaks, and that miracles are not ancient history, but current events. Every shift you witness in the heavens echoes a profound shift happening in your own atmosphere. When stars move, timelines move with them. And right now, your personal timeline is bending and warping toward divine manifestation. The signal of 3 Atlas is God's way of saying, you have reached the frequency. You've finally hit that vibrational state, where miracles no longer need to be chased, they locate you naturally. You have been refined in the furnace of affliction. You have been recalibrated in the silence of waiting. You have been stripped of all distractions and purified through the very delays that you thought were denials. And now, the great alignment begins. The gravity that once held you bound in cycles of pain, disappointment, and stagnation is finally losing its pull. Old, toxic patterns are collapsing under the sheer weight of your awakening. The universe is literally rearranging itself around your faith. It's as if all creation paused, holding its breath, waiting for you to finally awaken to who you truly are. And now that you have, Nothing can ever return to how it was. This is precisely why the air around you feels charged, why your spirit feels restless and yet, paradoxically, peaceful at the exact same time. The signs in the sky are not separate from you. They are extensions of your divine purpose. The heavens are moving because you were ordained to move with them. When the Creator orchestrates something this vast, this public, it's because the chosen ones are entering a brand new phase of revelation and authority. 3 Atlas is your mirror. What it carries in light, you carry in spirit. As it crosses the dark, silent sea of space, so you are crossing the dark valley of transition, guided only by the divine radiance within you. And just as no human force, no government, no technology can alter the path of that celestial body, no enemy, no delay, no generational curse, and no demonic assignment can alter yours. The one who set the stars in motion has marked this convergence as a celestial confirmation. The heavens have officially recognized your calling. The question is no longer why this is happening, but what you will become once this activation is complete. Because when heaven releases a sign of this magnitude, it's not to entertain your curiosity. It's to activate your destiny. As 3 Atlas draws closer, something deep within your spirit begins to glow with the same uncontainable intensity. It's a light that no darkness can comprehend, a fire that no failure can extinguish. You must stay alert, chosen one, because what happens next will not only confirm your faith, it will fundamentally rewrite the very atmosphere around you. To the world, 3 Atlas is just a piece of science, an anomaly, a comet, or an asteroid. To heaven, it is prophecy unfolding in real time. But to you, it is confirmation. It is the period at the end of a long sentence of waiting. Because what is moving above you is already moving within you. And that is why all the ordinary, logical, and scientific explanations ring so hollow in your spirit. You know this is different. You know this is for you. This is not abstract poetry or wishful thinking. This is spiritual engineering at the highest level. A hidden circuit inside your spirit, a divine connection that has laid dormant for years, has just been reconnected to its original power source. And the current is live. You can feel it in the way time itself behaves around you. You've noticed how minutes stretch into hours when you pray or meditate. How days compress when your purpose calls. How delays that once felt like impenetrable walls now feel like temporary doors, testing your grip on the handle, testing your resolve. This celestial movement mirrors an internal calibration. Your thoughts are shedding static. Your spiritual discernment is sharpening to a razor's edge. Your intuition is no longer a faint whisper. You have to strain to hear. It is a guided pulse, a divine rhythm leading you forward. Heaven is not merely observing you from a distance. Heaven is actively sensing with you. That long, painful season of silence was never punishment. It was the architecture of God. He was building load, bearing faith beneath the surface of your life. The same way massive roots must deepen and anchor themselves before a great tree can ever break the ground. Every prayer you thought went unanswered was actually a seed being stored in a divine vault of timing. Every tear you cried was a liquid signature authorizing a future release of glory. Every long, dark night of the soul was a furnace, forging a clarity and a resilience inside you that comfort and ease could never, ever give you. Now, that vault is swinging open. Now, that furnace is cooling, revealing the pure gold of your character. Now, those roots are cracking the stone of your limitations. And with each subtle shift, an unexpected phone call, a dream that lingers long after sunrise, a scripture that suddenly glows like fire in your chest, you are watching your inner universe expand into territories you once believed belonged only to others, to the special ones. The same divine, creative energy that moves stars and comets through the dark oceans of space is the exact same energy that is moving your life out of the ruts you mistook for your identity. Stagnation is breaking like thin ice under a rising sun. The backlog of your destiny, all those promises that were delayed, is finally being processed by the courts of heaven. Old narratives that told you it was too late, that you were too small or too broken, are being edited out by a hand you cannot see but can absolutely feel. You weren't waiting for nothing. You were aligning. You are aligning with the eternal timeline, where preparation is not a delay, but a perfect design. Do you still believe in coincidence? That word dissolves when you see the patterns that heaven is weaving. The same numbers repeating on clocks 11 and 11, 3 and 33, 4 and 44. The right person appearing at the exact second your courage finally shows up. The closed door that, in hindsight, you realize would have caged you had it opened when you wanted it to. This isn't luck, chosen one. This is synchronization. Heaven is running logistics on your behalf, repositioning resources, rerouting opportunities, and reassigning angels to new posts around your path. And you are being positioned for a manifestation that is not theatrical or flashy, but inevitable. Expect your micro obediences to carry macro impact. That one small message you feel compelled to send. That old habit you suddenly retire for good. That room you feel a holy urge to leave before the atmosphere drains your spirit. Expect a holy unease to settle on you when you try to fit into places you've outgrown. Destiny is altering your measurements. Expect your voice to suddenly carry weight in places where it used to just echo. Grace has increased your specific gravity. Expect that inner courtroom of your mind to finally quiet down. The accuser has lost his license to torment you. Expect the map of your life to widen. The borders you agreed to live within, borders drawn by fear and past trauma, are being forcefully renegotiated by divine love. This is the interpretation of the sign. 3 Atlas is heaven's headline. But your personal transformation is the article. It's being written line after line, promise after promise, in the present tense. And yet, there is an even finer layer beneath even this. There are codes that unlock only when you act, not when you analyze. There are thresholds that open only when you bless, not when you beg. There are divine strategies that appear only to those who dare to move while the ink of instruction is still wet. So lean forward, breathe slow, and listen deeper than words, because the next signal is loading even now. Do you truly realize what this means? 3 Atlas is not moving randomly across the sky. It is meticulously tracing a path that was written before time itself took its first breath. Every single flicker of its ancient light across the heavens is a direct reflection of your journey, a cosmic mirror of your unique calling. You are not just drifting through existence, hoping something good happens. You are following a divine trajectory, a set of coordinates programmed by the same hand that positioned the galaxies. Before your heartbeat ever echoed in your mother's womb, your coordinates were marked in the spiritual map of eternity. You are not a wanderer. You are a traveler between realms, a carrier of sacred, spiritual DNA, a divine messenger disguised in human form. This is why the gravity of the ordinary world can't hold you anymore. You don't fit into the old circles, the old rhythms, or the old, dead-end explanations for life. They look at you and see a mystery, an anomaly, someone who is too much or too intense. But heaven looks at you and sees a mission. You were quite literally designed to operate outside the predictable orbit of human logic. And like 3 Atlas itself, you move by divine propulsion. Unseen forces are steering you. Unseen hands are clearing your path. Unseen light is guiding you through the void. Every detour you thought was a failure was actually a divine calibration. Every painful silence you mistook for abandonment was precision engineering. God was tuning your spirit to his exact frequency, meticulously adjusting your timing so that your emergence would collide perfectly with heaven's unfolding master plan. The delays were never denials. They were alignment drills. You were being trained to move not by what you could see, but by gravitational faith, the unshakable knowing that what God promised, he will perform. And now, as this celestial traveler crosses the heavens, something powerful within you is being released. Authority is being released. Clarity is being released. An unshakable, immovable purpose is being released. The dormant chambers of your spirit, the gifts you forgot you had, are unlocking one by one, and a holy light is spilling out like rivers of fire. What used to confuse you now confirms you. You finally understand why certain doors never opened, why certain people faded away, why that season of isolation felt so endless and profound. It was never punishment. It was a holy quarantine, designed to protect the purity of the precious thing that was growing inside of you. Your assignment couldn't be contaminated by distraction or diluted by the need for human approval. You carry something heaven refused to risk losing. This is why the resistance against your life has been so relentless, so personal, so disproportionate. It's because what is inside of you threatens every system built on false light, fear, and control. You were not made to orbit the predictable, safe, and mediocre. You were born to alter the gravitational field itself. When 3 Atlas enters the system, its very presence and path bend everything around it. And when you finally step into your true calling, chosen one, reality itself will be forced to bend to accommodate the weight of your anointing. This is why your presence disturbs atmospheres. This is why people feel something shift when you just walk in the room, even if you haven't said a word. They don't understand it, but their spirits recognize divine velocity. You've become a living anomaly, a miracle in motion. The same way 3 Atlas carries ancient mysteries across the stars, you carry eternal blueprints inside your soul. The universe doesn't just witness your ascent, it responds to it. You are not under observation. You are under orchestration. Every step, every whisper, every heartbeat is synchronized with something far greater than you can perceive. And now, as heaven and cosmos align, your path forward glows with a sacred inevitability. The prophecy written over your life begins to unfold. If you've been feeling sudden waves of peace that make no logical sense in your current circumstances, if your emotions have been running incredibly deep, if your dreams have started speaking louder and more clearly than the voices around you, it's because heaven has entered your personal atmosphere. 3 Atlas didn't just pass through the sky, it passed through the invisible layers of your very existence. You are being tuned to a higher frequency, one that cannot be understood by the human mind, only recognized by the awakened spirit. The vibration surrounding this cosmic movement is awakening sleeping codes inside of your spiritual DNA, ancient inheritances that have been waiting for this exact signal for generations. You are being called higher. That unease you felt lately, that almost desperate urge to withdraw from noise, chaos, and meaningless conversations, that sudden craving for silence, these are not coincidences. They are the symptoms of elevation. The universe is recalibrating around your new frequency, and the familiar, lower, vibration world can no longer interpret your energy. What once felt safe and comfortable now feels heavy and suffocating. What once entertained you now feels utterly meaningless. That's not you changing randomly. That's eternity calling you by your true name. Heaven is speaking in ways human language can't capture. That's why you've been hearing more in the quiet than in the crowd. It's why your senses are sharper, why time feels strange and fluid. You are entering a corridor between worlds, a thin place, where what you feel in your spirit precedes what you see in the natural. When heaven moves, time bends. The sequence of events that once obeyed human logic now rearranges itself in favor of divine purpose. Delays that stretched for years collapse into sudden acceleration. Doors that were rusted shut swing open, as if they'd been waiting for your hand all along. You are resonating now with the very heartbeat of heaven, and every single beat carries instruction. The rhythm of your life is no longer controlled by calendars or clocks. It's guided by divine timing. This is why opportunities are appearing suddenly, out of nowhere. It's why people are being repositioned around you, some moving out and new ones moving in. It's why the spiritual atmosphere feels so charged and unpredictable. The shift has already begun, not in the sky above, but in the inner sanctuary of your soul. Every hidden thought, every buried emotion, every unresolved memory is being lifted into the light for final transformation. God is not trying to scare you, He is awakening you. You are stepping into the place where heaven and earth intersect, where eternity leaks into time and miracles begin to rewrite reality. This is not a warning of destruction. This is a declaration of fulfillment. 3 Atlas does not herald chaos, it proclaims completion. What you are witnessing is not the end of something, but the full, public unveiling of what heaven has been preparing in silence. This celestial sign is God's encrypted way of saying, the time has come. The waiting room of destiny is closing. The season of obscurity is over. You have been hidden not to be forgotten, but to be refined. You were sculpted in the silence, protected from premature exposure, strengthened in the shadows where no one was clapping. And now, the same stars that once watched your tears are witnessing your awakening. Heaven is no longer whispering about you, it's announcing you. The universe itself is recalibrating around your next move. Every delay, every detour, every heartbreak now folds perfectly into the beautiful pattern of divine timing. What looked like stillness was synchronization. What felt like rejection was reverence. Heaven holding its breath before your revelation. God was not ignoring you. He was staging your introduction. 3 Atlas carries a message not to the world, but to you, the one who walks between the light and the time, the one who carries eternity in your heart. It declares that the divine cycle is closing. What began in pain will end in power. It's heaven's way of saying you are ready now. You've crossed the invisible line between preparation and manifestation. You have endured the pruning, the refining fire, the silence that stripped your ego and purified your intention. You no longer crave validation from people. You crave truth from God. You no longer chase outcomes. You chase alignment with His will. And that, chosen one, is the signal heaven was waiting for. Because the chosen are never revealed until their motive matches their mission. This moment, marked by 3 Atlas, is not random. It is the cosmic unveiling of your readiness. The energy you're feeling right now, that sacred tension, that electric awareness, is the spiritual sound of doors unlocking across dimensions. You're stepping into a corridor where everything that belongs to you begins to find you. You don't have to chase what was written in your destiny. It now recognizes your frequency. What you prayed for in secret is about to call your name in public. The same way the universe bends around the trajectory of a comet, everything around you is bending toward your fulfillment. Expect sudden clarity. Expect long-awaited alignments. Expect divine reversals that make no sense to the logical mind, but complete sense to your spirit. 3 Atlas's message is clear. Heaven has finished building your foundation. Now it's time for your elevation. This is the moment the unseen becomes undeniable. Your very presence will carry weight in rooms that once ignored you. Your voice will open hearts before it even finishes a sentence. The power within you is no longer dormant. It's active, it's alive, and it is recognized across realms. The forces that once resisted you are now being repositioned to serve your purpose. The same pain that once weakened you now powers your discernment. You have become a weapon of light, not to destroy, but to illuminate. And yet, beneath all this triumph, there is a deeper truth hidden within this message. You were never just being prepared for blessing. You were being prepared for responsibility. Heaven is entrusting you with visibility, but also with influence. With every new revelation comes a new level of stewardship. That's why your path was heavier, longer, and harder than those around you. God couldn't rush this process because He was building someone who could stand in the spotlight and still reflect His light. The silence, the loneliness, the misunderstandings, they were all forming the humility that true, lasting greatness requires. Now, the divine equation finally balances. The outer manifestation equals the inner maturity. 3 Atlas is heaven's signature on your readiness. It is saying to every force, seen and unseen, this one is authorized. You carry heaven's passport now. Your words will travel faster. Your impact will reach further. Your favor will expand beyond all logic. But remember, chosen one, this is not the end of the journey. It's the ignition point.